Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. So there's a lot going on this morning. All eyes on CPI. Now, given what Powell said yesterday, I'm pretty sure he's already expecting the outcome today. Here's the deal. They removed coffee from the CPI index. And I'm sitting there, or consumer price index. And I'm sitting here and I'm kind of saying, yeah, to be expected. It's not something that's here. It's imported. It might not be in as much demand as it used to be. There are a lot of factors as to why they would remove it. Some people are speculating that they removed it because they want to manipulate the markets. And I'm like, that's a little far flung. Honestly, I think that's a little far flung. But, you never know. But I am expecting the CPI numbers to come in line with how Powell was speaking yesterday, meaning the numbers are going to come in and they're going to be at a point where, yeah, we're going to stay the course. Rates will remain the same for a while. Now, there are people that are clamoring for rate cuts. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, why? Is it because you're not making enough money? Is that why? We're stagnant. The economy's stagnant. What's wrong with that? People need to breathe. People need to catch up. There are a lot of people out there getting laid off. There are a lot of people out there that are just looking for new jobs. There are a lot of people that just want to start being able to save money. There are a lot of houses, for example, that they're just not going to be sold anymore. They're bought by big corporations and those starter homes are not going to be for sale. So now they've got to save more. So there's a lot going on where, I'm kind of like, maybe we need salaries to catch up. We need salaries to catch up to inflation. We need companies to not have such high profit margins. Because if a company whose main products feed into CPI or PPI experience a rise in profit margin, not a rise in profits necessarily, but definitely a rise in profit margin, I'm thinking, yeah, there might be some greedflation there, right? And if you're showing profits, you haven't shared them with your team yet, meaning the people that work there. So people aren't making as much money as they used to. If you look at inflation, you look at salaries, you can see, if you look at inflation, look at salaries. Salaries have gone like this. Inflation's gone like this. If you look at the price of homes, salaries have gone like this. Houses have gone like that. There's a lot to deal with. So I don't know that I want to hear a bunch of people saying, well, we need to lower rates so we can, ignite the economy so that, why people need to save. People really need to start saving in a major fashion, which is why crypto's here, right? No more manipulation. Anyway, you have MicroStrategy being added to the MSCI World Index. MSCI is a company that supplies all kinds of market data, indexing, all kinds of services, to the financial industry. So for MicroStrategy to be added to that is a very big deal. And the reason why I bring this up is because I found it funny that the other day, Cramer was like, well, if you're going to buy MicroStrategy, you're playing the Bitcoin game. You might as well buy Bitcoin directly. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, if you're buying MicroStrategy, you're playing a different strategy from just buying straight up Bitcoin. Feel me? That's the idea. If I buy MicroStrategy, yes, I like the idea of them, buying up all that Bitcoin. However, I'm buying them because they have other things in the fire. They have other irons in the fire, and that's what I want them for. Right? If I might buy crypto related stocks, but I'm not looking for their number one thing. I'm buying probably because of their number two thing. So if Bitcoin mining was to fall off, what else could you use those rigs for? See what I'm saying? This is the kind of thought process that I go through. Now, interestingly, I'm not really into memes, but my son got me to buy Floki Inu. Got Floki Inu, and now they're looking to burn $2.8 million worth of coin. That's pretty good. Good call, son. Good call. I think I'll stick with it. Now, I'm up on Floki at the moment. But I'll probably consider taking shaving some profit, but maybe not, because we haven't really hit, altcoin season. So I don't know if I want to play the trade game. It depends on the percentage of money that I've made, and then I'll make a decision on what I'm doing. Other coins, I'm holding. I'm not worried about it. I'm gonna hold those, and I'll sell off when I hit a point where it's really good. Now, Ethereum, supposedly Ethereum founder, one of the founders, Vitalik Buterin and Peter Thiel of, PayPal fame, have purchased shares in or backing Polymarket. And Polymarket is supposed to be a prediction platform. And I'm sitting back and I'm kind of going, maybe. I have to do a little bit more digging on that one, but I've seen several different articles about that, and I want to dig into it. That's why I'm bringing it to your attention, because I find it interesting. What's next? Vitalik Buterin put forward a new proposal, EIP 7706, that will refine Ethereum's gas fees, make them more efficient. Enter in a new class for call data. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, yeah, innovation. So it's good that, the team over there is thinking about what can we do to make Ethereum better, all those kinds of things. So that's the real reason why I'm bringing up that particular article, because that is good. Something else that happened, Sonne Finance got, I don't know if they were hacked or if they were, fraudsters got in there and took their money, but $20 million, bleed from Sonne Finance. And I'm just like, wow, there needs to be more security. Another one that got hit, and that was enough to pause Optimism. Sonne Finance runs on Optimism. Another one was BlockTower Capital, also experienced a cyber attack on their hedge fund. They lost a little bit of money. DeFi needs more security. That's what I'm getting at. DeFi needs more security. Major exchanges freeze funds stolen from Alex Lab following a $4.3 million Bitcoin DeFi hack, or attack rather. Again, DeFi needs more security. People wonder why I don't muck around with DeFi. Number one, I don't need it right now, so I'm not going to muck around with it. But I think there needs to be a lot more security around it, because just look at my previous articles, previous videos. You'll see a lot about DeFi hacks. You know what else you'll see? A lot about bridge hacks. A ton. I mean, CertiK, I reported yesterday, CertiK actually found some flaws in Wormhole. And Wormhole's now saying, oh, no, we don't have those holes. CertiK is really good at what they do. Really good. I have yet to see an article come out about some kind of finding that CertiK had that was untrue. I've yet to see it. So, not to say that they're perfect, but they're pretty doggone thorough. I'll say that. So yeah, I'm paying attention to it. What else is there? Major exchanges, I told you about that. Major exchanges freezing funds from Alex Lab. Circle. This is a very interesting chess move. Circle's legal team was located outside the United States. Now they've relocated them inside the United States. More moves toward that IPO. That's what's going on right there. And I bring it up because if you're going to make a play on Circle, which would be smart, the play would be get the stock. I know that I will be trying to get my hands on some stock once it hits. And that's a very big deal. Something else I'm going to be paying attention to is when they go IPO, how is the SEC going to look at it? How are they going to react from a regulatory compliance perspective? I'm just wondering, asking for a friend, as they would say, right? What else is there? MicroStrategy. I just go back to MicroStrategy because them being added to that index is a very big deal. Number one. Two, that index gets used widely in the financial industry. Widely. So when I listen to, Jim Cramer talk about stuff like that, I just go, yeah, he should really stay out of the crypto space. He should really not give advice about the crypto space. He probably has a lot of good stuff to say about stocks. But crypto, he needs to stay out of it. The idea of investing in crypto comes in several different flavors, right? One of them is going to be that you want to invest directly in crypto. Others might be you want to invest indirectly in crypto, like ETFs or in stocks that are involved in crypto. Yeah, those are all really good. Sometimes you want to identify pin plays MicroStrategy could wind up being one of those pin plays because of how they do business. They want to do software. Check out MicroStrategy Orange, for example, a new ID idea from them for Bitcoin. So I'm sitting back and I'm just going, yeah, I kind of want to look at MicroStrategy with a different lens as a relation to crypto, but an indirect investment, right? Yeah, they hold a lot of Bitcoin, 1% of it. Okay. See what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. How does that pan out? And they're constantly buying. I'm also paying attention to the one person or group of people that are constantly trying to keep Bitcoin down right now. They're applying an immense amount of pressure to try to keep Bitcoin down, suppressing Bitcoin. And I don't know where it's coming from, but they're doing a pretty good job. They've kept Bitcoin below 65. They've kept Bitcoin below 64. But when that pressure releases, where is Bitcoin going to go? Because you don't have bad news around Bitcoin. Yesterday you had Wisconsin say that that they hold some Bitcoin or some Bitcoin ETFs and Bitcoin spot ETFs, and then specifically I think BlackRock. Then you had New Hampshire say, "Oh, we're interested too." You have several different pension funds that are kicking tires. And I'm sitting back and I'm just going, there's a lot of good news about Bitcoin. How come it's not moving? It's moving because there's downward pressure, a lot of downward pressure. People are trying to hold it down for as long as they can. And that's probably because they've got enough money to buy. So I'm wondering if they're using certain accounts to push down and using other accounts to buy a lot. We'll see. I don't know. But I do know that there is downward pressure on a market that's pretty good. I'm also looking to see how GameStop and AMC affect the market today. That's a today thing. So we'll see how that pans out. Anyway, you know what we should do? That's right. We should get into the numbers. There you go. So we already know that we're gonna get CPI today. Like I said, I'm expecting CPI to be in line with what Powell was talking about yesterday and the reason why he's going to keep rates the same for a longer period of time. People are still stuck on, he's still going to do three rate cuts. I don't think so. Adjust your math. I don't think so. I don't see how that works out. We haven't been getting good news. The news that we've been getting has been inflation has been harder to beat than we thought. So there is zero rush, zero inclination to cut rates. The same with there's no inclination to raise rates. That's basically off the table, right? So yeah, I'm not looking at this and going, oh, everything is rosy. No. I'm expecting one. I'm expecting one rate cut this year. And every time I hear numbers, it becomes more of a maybe. More of a maybe. Seriously. The Fear and Greed Index is at 64. It's at 66 yesterday. It's been a long time since we've seen 70. We should be noting that. DeFi Llama, I don't have it set up the way I normally do. I normally have those, and it's not fresh. It hasn't refreshed, so we're not going to pay attention to it. What else we have? Still operating, Bitcoin still operating within my blue band. There's a nice consolidation. There was a nice drop, went lateral, nice bump up, came down a bit, bumping up a little bit. I think we're just going to be playing games right in that space. If you've been listening, Mike Novogratz said, yeah, we're probably going to stay within a 65 to 75 trading range for Bitcoin. I don't think he's necessarily wrong. Again, downward pressure is going on right now. That's the only thing that's holding it back, I think, is that downward pressure. I will note that the Hong Kong spot ETFs, Bitcoin spot ETFs, saw a $40 million cash outflow. That's the most that they've had since they got started. But it's also a limited market, right? They're not in China, they're in Hong Kong. So that's something else to pay attention to. So when I look at everything, I'm kind of like, yeah, we probably want to pay attention to what's going on all around the world, especially from a regulatory perspective. Definitely from a regulatory perspective. Now, what else is there? Looking at Coin 360, you can see that Arweave is up, Pepe is up a little bit, Floki is flying high. I think it's because of that burn news, $2.8 million worth. Everybody else is, not everybody else, but kind of green. Optimism is having that problem because of Alex Labs. So here's a question for you. Optimism is having problems because of that Alex Labs hack. Now, does that mean it's a good time to buy right now? What are your thoughts? Let me know. Drop a note. I'm dying to know what your thoughts are on that. But we're kind of just skating sideways. There's no big movement anywhere except for those coins that are in the news. Really. Looking at it from a numbers perspective, I have to adjust this when I'm using a new browser. I wanted to check out how it was. It's missing my 90 and 30 day. So I have to do that. Can I do it quickly now? No, not a new set. Customize. Yeah, I want the 30. Do I want the 60? Skip it. No, I don't want the. Yeah, I want that, but I don't want the 60. There you go. And then we can make adjustments later. So apply those changes. There you go. I do want the 60. That looks ugly. Oh, I put it all the way at the end. That's annoying. So I'll have to redo this because I am logged in. So I'll have to redo this to see how it works, all that good stuff. But I'll rejig this so it looks normal. But looking at this, Bitcoin at year to date 48, Ethereum 27, BNB chain. I keep telling you guys, don't sleep on BNB chain at 81. This again, year to date. So what I do is I look at the year to date. And then I look at how everything is flowing, on the other days, like, 24 hours, 7, 30, 60, 90, right? See how it's flowing there to see what kind of rhythm am I seeing. Plus, I'm also in the news every day. So that's kind of something I always do. You guys know that. Year to date, Toncoin, 199%. Oof. It's a little down, but hey, I'm not mad about that. But you know what I am looking at? Look at that 7 day at 21.21. It's currently below $7. So I might go pick up some more Toncoin since it's at a discount right now. That's really what I'm thinking, is that it's at a discount right now. Doge is up a little bit. We all know why Doge is up a little bit. Cardano still tanking. Oh my God, Cardano's not doing anything. Shiba Inu is doing all right, but not as well as it could. But I do like Shiba Inu's trading at 23. I think I originally got in at like 5 or 7. So it's trading at 23 now. Not really mad. But I think there's still headroom left because it was at as high as 40. So I'm sitting back and I'm kind of like, I want to do that. Bitcoin Cash, not doing much right now, but still better than when you look at their year to date, right? Bitcoin Cash is 64%. You look at Bitcoin, it's only at 48. Again, if you're going to do your own research, also compare the numbers, right? You can compare different items, different digital assets to each other to see which one is moving better, right? And I like to do that a lot because the way I trade might be, this one went up and that one went down. Let me shave some profit, snatch some of that while it's down. Like a direct purchase like that, a direct trade like that. So I do things like that to try to get in and save some money and make more money. And I'll continue doing that all over my portfolio. I'll compare and compare and compare. I'm not just doing research. When I'm doing research, I might be comparing, things within a certain space, like what's going on in the AI space, what's going on in D-pins, all that. But I might stop when I'm doing trading analysis. That's when I'm actually comparing which coin to which coin. Right? Not necessarily, what industry to what industry. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do, drop me a note. Let me know what you like. And if you have a critique, something that can help me get better, drop me a note. I will definitely look into it. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a good one. Bye-bye.